But it's like, at what point are you not pushing people to the standard, and at what point are you letting people get away with too much?
Hmm.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely, it does. Absolutely.
And I find myself in that, because like this is what I feel like sometimes. I feel like sometimes all of a sudden I start to notice, and I'm like, that shit. I could have did that better. That shit. And then I find myself, I feel like I'm swinging an axe at everyone. And then I think, you know what? I just need to just go away for a bit.
Do you? Or is it a level of, you're looking at that, right? You're saying that shit. Well, why? You know, we all, when we're on stage, I'm saying you want the A team. Like, you want a great group of people that are going to be high performers and doing the right thing. So if that's shit, does it get better? It's okay to be shit. Be shit. But the next time it's got to be better. If that same mistake keeps coming up, then I think that's a problem then. And I recently had a similar thing.
Mistake versus
a standard?
I could do this better. Like,
yeah, okay. But then if you can do that better.
The thing on, like, the thing, like, another example is like, it's not even like quality of work. It could be behavioral aspects where you start to think, like, I would not let myself do that. Like, I wouldn't let me do that.
Is it an experience thing or age thing?
It can, in some cases, yeah. Some cases,
some cases it would be. I mean, you're a very well educated person as far as personal development.
So my question becomes,
like that.
Where do you draw the line? Because not everyone's. I understand that not everyone's going to do what I do.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. So
where do you draw the line?
Closer to that, well, you're going to have a standard, aren't you? As in, you're going to have a base, like the 8:31. But if it gets to 8:55,
okay, so then, is that the rule? Is that 25 minutes?
Like, yeah, that's what's your standard? I suppose you have to determine
what is
that.
It?
Well, you got to. That's a personal question, isn't it? There's no one rule fits all, and you can have that thing. And it's also that whole concept of when I said about working 4-day weeks and 5-day weeks. It's like, well, if the person does the amount of work they need to do in 4 days, why not have the 5th day off, as opposed to coming in and working and doing more work? So it becomes that question too. As far as what's their execution, when they're here, are they performing? Like, what's the go? So, yeah, I think it's something you need to assess and go, well, this is the standard. And then you got to communicate that to everyone. Tomorrow, I've got a quarterly meeting with all of my employees in the office at about 2:30 or whatever it is. So it's the first time I've done it in a long time where I had the quarterly meeting a quarter ago, and we're back now doing it again just before the end of the year. The process to finish the year, I'll talk about some educational stuff and standards, and we really reiterate, hey, this is our base, or this is the expectation. The very first time I did it, you know, there was a level of, hey, the expectation is you guys are on site, you're in the office at this time. You're there, prepared, ready for the day, not I'm going to rock up at 9 o'clock, I'm not going to rock up at 8:30, or I'm going to rock up at 7:05. No, you're there early. And sometimes if you don't tell them that, it's either they'll fall into bad habits or they'll think, Robbie doesn't care. He'll be all right. He's pretty chill as long as I do my work. But maybe inside it's eating you up. See, they may not know how you're thinking, or they definitely don't know how you're thinking. So what is that standard that you want to set? And then communicate that to the team and go, this is what I expect of you working here. Now, are you going to go down the Steve Jobs route, or are you going to go down?
That's what I'm saying. So where do you draw the line? You said it's a personal question. I'm asking you personally.
So when you say draw the line,
so
we're talking about the start time? Like start time? Or like, what are you talking about, a specific thing? Because there's so many factors to it, isn't there? It's not just, it can be start time, it can be...
What's the difference between two separate things? Is it just what they mean to you?
It's like, is it the outcome? Like, what's the outcome of that standard being met?
No, but you out of all people can't say that because you don't let people work from home.
Yeah. No way. You're not fucked, are you watching? Apply with the not working from home.
It's not an outcome thing.
Fuckers. Yeah, that's right. Okay. I'm asking the question. Like, what is it? What's the there's so.
Well, do you have anything that rings a bell in your head?
Okay. So say, let's go. I'll reference back to the construction to a construction site. If I had a supervisor that was rocking up to site 7:05.
What time do your supervisors start on site?
The supervisor should be there at least 6:45.
Okay, and then
10 to
realistically,
7, quarter to 7. Like
Yeah.
if they're rocking up at 7:05 and there's trades there before them, that's unacceptable. I don't like that. Annoys me. You should be the very first one on site every single day. You're the leader of that team building that house. So you need to be there and be prepared for the day, because a trade will drive on site. So a truck rocks up. He'll rock up on site. He'll dump the material at the front, block access for everyone. All right, but if you were there at 6:45, you would have told him, hey, dickhead, don't dump it there.
does that actually happen?
Oh, man. Or even just they reverse back and they break a Telstra pit. Right? They'll drive over it, and that's happened heaps. Like they'll drive over a pit they shouldn't, or they'll park somewhere they shouldn't, and they break something, or they reverse into something, or they block access, or whatever it might be. Now, that to me is a standard that if I went on site now, and I do this from time to time, so if boys you're listening, that happens, I'll drive to site and I'll be there nice and early, and I'll see what time they get there. Okay, so whether they're there before me or whether they're there after me, I'll then, okay, cool, what time did they get there? And I'll take that mental note. And I'll either bring it up with them, hey, you're not on the afternoon shift, you should be here already. I shouldn't have to open up this site. So that's a standard I have across the sites, because it's perception. People will see that this person is serious, he wants to get the job done, he's not mucking around. And then there's probably a whole range of things like that throughout the business.
Okay,
not just that particular
so
item.
Non-negotiable, you're saying?
Yeah, for me, if you want to be that on-site person, yes, that's what it's got to be. And then I like to have that standard here in the office as well. As far as the office does start a bit later, and it's like, well, say, okay, let's just make it 7:30. I don't want them to come in at 9, because that's 2 hours that the sites are open that they may need something for the first 2 hours in the morning. And generally the morning's the busiest time. Hey, I need this material. Hey, can you call this person? Can you speak to the architect? Can you do this? Can you do that? So I generally want the office team to be servicing the site teams. And in order for that to happen, they need to be here at a certain time. So if you're rocking up at 9 o'clock, then you've kind of missed the busiest part of the day for the guys on site. So there is that standard there too, as far as the office team is concerned. And again, this is where it becomes something like you got to communicate that to the team so everyone is on board. Because if one person rocks up at 9 or 8:30 or 7:55 regularly, it spreads. And then they're like, oh, well, Jason over here is doing whatever the fuck he wants. I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want. Oh, obviously George doesn't care, so I'll rock up at that time now too. And then it breeds that mediocrity. It breeds that entitlement that I'll do what I want. I work hard anyway. Oh, I'll stay back. And it's like, no, I'd prefer you to be here earlier and leave earlier as opposed to staying back. I don't need you to work till 7 p.m. I'd prefer you to be working when the sites are operational and there's things happening and there's people that you can be calling and actioning and all that sort of stuff. So for me, construction is an early riser job as well. If you don't like that, don't work in construction. Go and become a florist. Go work somewhere else that has a 9 p.m. start. Like, I don't give a fuck. It doesn't bother me.
9 a.m.
9 a.m., sorry. Yeah. So that's the other aspect of it. And, sometimes you don't even notice it yourself because you're so busy. And it's not until an issue comes up that you go, okay, now I'm going to start looking at that. So say that person was rocking up late regularly and you didn't really know about it and you kind of let it slip a couple times because you went on site and they weren't there. Like, oh, sorry, I'm late. Just car broke down, baby vomited everywhere, dog shit itself, I don't know, whatever. I'm like, oh, it's all right, don't stress. Don't get me wrong. Like if there's an occasion where it happens, because it does, I don't lose my mind. That's me personally. But if it was, Steve Jobs maybe would have. Fuck you, you're fired. Elon Musk, fuck you. I don't care about your issues outside of work. Don't get here late. You're fired. See you later. But if it becomes a pattern,
lateness.
If it was a regular thing, absolutely. Yeah, I'd go through the process, give them warnings, and then put them on that advice, like a performance plan or whatever has to happen. Yeah, absolutely. Especially if you're a supervisor on site and you have to be there. I think that's fair and reasonable because again, your the standard you walk past is the standard you accept. And I love that saying in construction because it's so relevant in everything you do. If you walk past something that's unsafe, well, you're accepting that as being unsafe for the rest of the employees, the rest of the subcontractors, and you accept that. Whereas if you see something as unsafe and it could hurt someone or kill someone, stop and get it fixed right away. Don't walk past it. If you see something is wrong on the build, stop and fix it. Don't walk past it and go, oh yeah, hopefully we'll just paint over that and it should be all right. And it'll be all right. So yeah, there's been times in the past where I've had an employee who's not performing, and then something comes up that then takes my attention and go, okay, I see that's happened. And then I'll go through it and go, cool, it's happened here. It happened there in the past. It happened there in the past. And now it's happening here and here and here. And then very quickly I'll make a decision whether I need to keep them or get rid of them or put them on a performance plan or bring them in the office and have a chat. I'm quite an empathetic person. Despite what people's perception of me might be or how much of a hard ass I try to be, I don't think I am that way inclined. I genuinely care about people, especially my employees. If you're working for me and you're a contributor, I care about you.
If you like that clip and you want to watch another one, click just over here. And if you want to watch the full episode, click just over here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching.